Example 9. Using a linear function to calculate salary based on commission. Working as an insurance salesperson, Ia earns a base salary plus a commission on each new policy. Therefore, Ia's weekly income, I, depends on the number of new policies, N, he sells during the week. Last week, he sold 3 new policies and earned $760 for the week. The week before, he sold 5 new policies and earned $920. Find an equation for I of N and interpret the meaning of the components of the equation. So, the information gives us 2 input-output pairs. We can see last week he sold 3 new policies, where 3 is the input, and earned $760 for the week, where $760 is the output. The other order pair is 5, $920. So this week he sold 5 new policies, which is the input, and earned $920, which is the output. So we have to start by finding the rate of change, or the slope. So M is equal to 920 minus 760 divided by 5 minus 3, which gives us $160 over 2 policies. Simplifying that tells us that it's $80 per policy. Now step 2, it says keeping track of units can help us interpret this quantity. So income increased by $160 when the number of policies increased by 2. So the rate of change is $80 per policy. Therefore, Ia earns a commission of $80 per each policy sold during the week. We can then solve for the initial value. N is equal to 3. I of 3 is equal to 760. So what we're saying here is that if N is equal to 3, then we're going to substitute N to be 3. And we know that I of 3 is going to equal 760. So that means I of 3 is 760, and we're plugging it into the formula so that we can find out what B is going to represent. Well, in order to isolate and solve for B, we can subtract 80 times 3 to the left side. And so 760 minus 240 gives us 520. So now we've determined what B represents. B represents 520. Now in part 3, the value of B is the starting value, or the initial value for the function, and represents Ia's income when N is equal to 0, or when no new policies are sold. Now we can interpret this as Ia's base salary for the week, which does not depend upon the number of policies sold. We can now write the final equation as I of N, which is equal to 80N plus 520. Now, in part 4, our final interpretation is that Ia's base salary is $520, which is a fixed amount per week, and he earns an additional $80 commission for each policy that is sold.